Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the crypto market recap. Let's hop into these charts, see what the story is and what it may be. And if you're interested in any of the services I provide, mainly Patreon or Discord, please check the description below for the links. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, we're going to be looking at Ethereum, and we'll look at a few altcoins, mainly DOGE, AVAX, and maybe Cardano. We'll see. I do want to keep this video short and sweet, since we haven't had any major updates since last time we did our recap video. But I am seeing in the coming days the potential for some significant moves. So let's start with Bitcoin. So like I described in the last video, we see that it is stuttering a little bit here at this rising trend line, and we also observed in the last video how important this trend line is once you go back into history. As you pull this trend line back, you see it has a lot more significance, based off past price action. So it's a very important level, and we're seeing Bitcoin respect it currently. So now we're going to see, like I described in the last video, is this going to be a bullish consolidation, like a bull flag forming, or are we going to have a reversal and come down to test this wedge and see if we can hold? So, it's decision time. We just have to give Bitcoin time. And currently in our short position, we are slightly in the green, and we'll see if that position should continue to pay us well. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, because this one's been pretty interesting, a lot more volatile than Bitcoin today. It's had a lot of swings, especially on the smaller time frames, but we can see that Ethereum is also having some trouble trying to get through this trend line. It's faltering just a bit, following Bitcoin's lead. But today it's swung quite a bit. It's come all the way down to 33.30. It's come all the way up to 34.30. So it's in a nice $100 range, really. And we're going to see if this can also, start a bullish consolidation on this support line, or if it's going to, lead to a reversal. And Ethereum's reversal will be a bit sharper than Bitcoin's. I would say look for another round at 3,000. So you'll see another test around 3,000, and if that doesn't hold, it'll come all the way down towards 2,800. At least that's most probable. Okay. So currently, I don't know why I have this line here. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so currently Bitcoin and Ethereum, like before, are in the same boat and are both faltering off of longer term trend lines. So we just have to wait and see how this plays out. But other than that, our shorts are either flat, slightly in the red, or slightly in the green. So nothing too bad there. So actually, let's take a quick look at Solana, because that one's had a pretty nice impulse today. A little bit of profit taking here. So whenever you see a big move, especially on the daily candle, and then you have a little bit of a top wick like this, 25-30% of the candle gets sold off, and you get this top forming wick, you can usually attribute that to a profit taking scenario. It is possible it can lead to something else. So if you lose 50% of the candle, 60% of the candle, 70% of the candle, and you end up closing under this resistance zone, then I would say be careful. You might be looking at a denial of the level. But right now, Solana looks quite bullish, broke above this pivot. We'll see this pivot here. We'll see if it can confirm above it with a daily closure. As of right now, it has not. But there's plenty of time in this candle, about 3.5 hours before it closes. So we'll see if it can get through. If Bitcoin starts to wane, as it's starting to look like it may, then this will probably not confirm above this level. Okay. But Solana looks pretty good. If it should, it's definitely going to make, it's most likely going to make a move towards 130 to 140. And that will be a prime zone to start looking for short entries, in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look at Uniswap as well. So Uniswap was a coin we were in, a week or two ago, and I described a scenario where it would likely get to $11.30, $11.50, and that was our original target, which we took. And then I also described a scenario where it would get to $12 if Bitcoin were to break towards the 44, 45 and at least sustain there. And it looks like it's making its way towards that zone, but we'll see if it can get the follow through. Okay, this candle is pretty bullish in the sense that it was more of an inside bar, and now you have this daily candle is trying to close above these two candles. So we'll see if it can confirm. Again, has plenty of time to 3.5 hours, but if this should start reversing down, well, we could be looking at a bull flag formation, or we could start seeing a rounding top pattern that would bring us down towards the $10.50 zone and maybe lower towards the $10 and then $9.50. So, be very careful if you're long now. Like I've been saying, you don't want to chase. That's always a road to ruin. But we are getting closer to points of exhaustion rather than points of impulse. Okay, the points of impulse to the upside seem to be happening or have happened already. You don't want to get caught in the party late. Let's take a look at Luna, because that one also went well beyond our expectations. Look at that, broke above, made a new all-time high, and actually made another all-time high today. Broke above to 111.54, so really nice move. And we're gonna see if it can confirm above this zone. It's definitely a battle here, but right now this candle is a bit of an indecision candle. If it closes like this, it's fairly neutral, which is not bad. That's not particularly bad after making a new all-time high after breaking out of a bearish structure. Okay, so if this is a neutral candle, then you have another neutral candle, especially it starts forming within this candle. You might have another opportunity of a bullish consolidation, like a bull flag. So if Luna could hold above this level and not close under, and then slowly but surely squeeze out the volatility, really making a nice tight bull flag, I'd be pretty confident to say that you are going to make that move towards the 130, 140 zone. So, Luna's looking pretty solid as long as it stays above this resistance zone that it's now trying to hold as support. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's look at Link, because Link, I really like Link's chart. I like this point of interest here. All right, this point of interest. There's just so much confluence near the $20 zone. That I would not be surprised. I've been saying it for the past couple weeks that Link could see a nice blow up towards this descending trend line. So that could be anywhere from $19 to $20, $21. I can really see this hitting. It's just so much activity here. But overall, Link is still pretty bearish on the macro. But this is a great area right here. This point of interest is so nice to see. I love seeing confluence. It just makes my day somehow. It just makes my day somehow. It doesn't always work out. It doesn't always mean like it's definitely going to happen. But it should be marked on your chart as a point of interest. That's for sure. Okay, and this would be a great place to open short. Pretty much anything above this pivot of 1950, barring any significant consolidation, like a bullish consolidation, would be a nice area to short. So like if we got to this high pivot of $19 to $19.40, and then it starts painting a bull flag, well, you don't want to open short at $20. You want to raise a little higher towards 22, maybe even higher, maybe towards the 23 or 24 if you're really confident in a spike up. But as of right now, this would not be a bad place to open short, especially if it impulses higher, because you could expect at least another retrace down to 1850, 1860, and maybe lower towards 17 and change. Okay, let's head down to Avalanche. Avalanche also was a coin I tweeted about. We'll also look at DOGE since I tweet about that one as well. But Avalanche tweeted about, said this bull flag was coming, was forming, and, the measured move would be the $99, $100 mark, and that's exactly what we hit. So beautiful move today. It's essentially made its play, and look at that, immediately just starts selling off of that level. So really showing a lot of respect to the measured move for the bull flag. And guys, the way you can, measure bull flags is just by, taking the pole. Okay, so you take a line, you measure the whole pole, and then you move it towards the breakout zone. So actually, it underperformed just a bit, but you do want to take into account any resistance zones. Okay, so if you have a bull flag that's slightly above the resistance zone, you want to just target the resistance area. Okay, don't get greedy. Don't target exactly where the bull flag is. You just want to use some common sense. Go after the resistance zone. If you were going to take profit, take it there, not here. but it did get very close. I mean, it got very, very close to that level. So beautiful move on Avalanche, and we'll see if it has more follow through. Again, sold off now, but 3.5 hours, it could definitely get bought back up, and it might actually hit the full measured move. So we'll see. And let me go back to Doge because I do want to see that. Because okay, so compared to Avalanche, Doge is lagging a bit, but Avalanche had a nice bullish consolidation before this move. So you see the power of the consolidation. Like it gathered enough fuel to have this impulse. Well, Doge seems to be in the middle of that. We'll see if that can have follow through. It's a little scary because of Bitcoin and Ethereum, where they're at some somewhat significant levels, actually very significant levels. So if they fail to break through those, this might not work out. And it's tried. It seems like it's tried here, even tried here, and if like I've been saying, if it just can't get past this top wick off of this candle, off this topping tail, that's a little concerning. It's definitely whether this was a bullish consolidation or not, it does turn it a little bit more into a neutral consolidation. It's a little frightening. Okay, so you want this to break pretty soon. You would hopefully by the time the weekend rolls around, Doge has made a move past it. But yeah, we'll see. And this is a flag possibly forming. It's got a lot of wicks though. The thing is, I personally like seeing bullish consolidations, veer to the downside a little, kind of like this. Okay, not too much. 45-degree angle is ideal. Sometimes like 45 to a 35-degree angle is the most ideal, what you're looking for. Anything more, like anything too steep like that, I wouldn't consider it bullish. I would consider it more of like a reversal of some sort that might be going into a bullish level. So you just got to be aware of that. The angles of structures do matter quite a bit. Just like if you use moving averages, if you're looking at a moving average, well, the moving average angle is very important. The ideal for a bullish move or a bearish move in a trend is 45 degrees. Okay. But yeah, we'll see if Doge can get the follow through. Not again, a lot of indecision here. There's so much indecision. No one really knows what's going to happen. So it's definitely, forming some sort of consolidation. I would still lean bullish just based off of, the breakout and, it having a somewhat of a bull flag formation. It can get maybe a little bit of juice to at least challenge this wick and maybe take a stab into the 16-cent mark. Okay. And let's take a quick look at Atom. So this was the symmetrical triangle formation that we've been looking at. Very interesting to see. I'm very interested in Atom. Look at this, been really challenging this zone, and we'll see if it breaks. I mean, it's really respecting this line. I mean, it's very interesting. Like a lot of fighting here. And let's draw a little bit more. Let's draw from here to here. Let's also turn on the pivots. That way you can follow exactly what I'm doing. Like I said, if you're new to charts, this indicator really helps train your eyes to recognizing pivot highs, pivot lows, and it helps you draw lines a lot easier in case you have that trouble or you're new. So okay, so a little bit larger, and let's do that too. Let's draw the bottom. Let's do this. So this will be a much larger structure, much larger. And this is definitely what I've been eyeing the whole time. So this is a much larger structure, and let's see how this forms. So we're currently in a triangle, and that's going to decide whether we're going to test the top of this one or return and test the bottom of the larger triangle formation, the larger symmetrical triangle. So this is going to be really big. This is why I've been saying, like, whichever direction this breaks out of, this consolidation, and then this larger structure, it's going to be massive. A massive move for over a long period of time for Cosmos. So if this breaks to the upside, I mean, it's going to make new all-time highs and then some. And if it breaks down, it's definitely gonna make its move towards yearly, new yearly lows for sure. So this to me is you could possibly take this as a good indicator of what the overall market may end up doing. Okay, so we're definitely gonna keep our eye on Cosmos for sure, for sure. Very interesting chart. Not tradable, by the way. Like, this is not tradable, at least not my style of trading. Let's take a look at Ethereum Classic before we head off here. So I mean, I painted a few stuff on this some time ago, a couple videos back. Look at this. Like, look at this. I mean, this is looking, this is going to be a very interesting consolidation. I don't think it's going to make any move anytime soon. I think there's going to be a lot more, a couple, maybe a week or two more of this consolidation is going to be forming a bull flag, and we'll see if it can confirm, because if it does, I mean, it's going to make its move to $60, that's for sure, or at least test this upsloping trend line, which is pretty significant. I mean, take a look at that. Take a look at that. Let's pull it back and see if it touches anything else. Let's take the magnet off, make it things easier. And this is the power, like I keep harping on it, but it's so cool to see. Look at the power of this trend line. I mean, unreal. Like, this is so powerful. So it's very likely that Ethereum Classic is going to try and make a move for the trend line, very similar to the the Bitcoin and Ethereum structure, and see if it can break through, and then it'll have some big resistance towards the $60 to $63 zone. Okay, so we're gonna definitely keep our eyes open on this. There's definitely short opportunities coming for Ethereum Classic. Whether I take them or not for the Discord, I've not decided. Ethereum Classic does have some good volume, but it's not consistent. And for the for the call outs, I do like to focus on projects with a lot of volume, just to avoid any crazy scam wicks or anything like that. All right, so I think that's about it today. Again, small update, not huge moves. A lot, just decision time, and that's going to take a little bit to form. All right, so if you have any questions or you want to join the group or are interested in learning, just check the links down below for the Patreon or the Discord, or both. And if you want to try and get better, which I would hope you do, you want to get better, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can DM me through Discord or the Patreon, and we can try and come to some sort of nice conclusion for you, because I am going to try and do some free lessons for people in case they're not sure if this is for them, and that way they may be able to find out if they want to go further into the into the skill. All right, so everyone, remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. Love you guys. Take care.